Hello everybody, I am the Black Sigma, or you could just call me Eric, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, where I have already recorded this. Or so I thought. I'm just missing an episode worth of recording. Like, both webcam and gameplay. I don't know how that happened, how I could just forget to hit record on both sources, but that's why the next episode is gonna be in the past relative to me having things here. With that out of the way, I've got some examining of this crime scene to do. That pathetic looking wooden box. Ah! That's the box that had the Sacred Urn in it! Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on there. I worked so hard to make that box. Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya? What's that supposed to mean? The urn has always been on its stand in the winding way of Fey Manor. So there was no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick. And I was so proud of it. Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if Mask Star Damask had taken the box too. And yes, I will pronounce the star in his name every time. Hey Pearly, do you know what this is? It's a computer. A computer? Oh, I've heard of those. It has such a cute name. Looks like this computer is for storing the data from the security camera. When someone comes in or out of the warehouse, the camera takes a photo of them. It's probably the trap that the detective set up. Good old Luke at me. Let's see if we can find last night's data on this thing. We might even find a photo of Mask Star Damask. Let's see here. Man, I really stink at working these things. It's in the C drive. Photos. Last night is all the way at the bottom. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot. I don't know how to pull up the photos. I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick. Yeah, well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway. I can't pull up the photos, but I can print the records of dates that photos were taken. That seems like a more complex task. At least with modern user interface. Yeah, sure. Anyway, it looks like the camera only went off once last night. Around 1 AM on the night of the crime. It's a security camera. It's trained on the big door to the storeroom. Set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out, yada yada. Guys, don't set off the camera when we don't need to. We're busy investigating. And here, wow, this is awesome. What did Ms. Andrews say it was called again? The Shichi Shito. Yep. It's literally 7-branch sword in Japanese, according to Miss Andrews. Whoa, it's pretty heavy. And dented halfway through. One hit, 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it'd sell like hotcakes. Why are you trying to sell a sword that was attached to your ancestral statue? There's something about it that bothers me. Well, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Pearly. This sword, wasn't Mystic Army holding it last night? Ah, sure was. And another thing, that was meant to be Pearl. And another thing, the sword wasn't bent last night like it is now. You're right. Awesome, Pearly. I wouldn't expect any less from my little ace apprentice. The sword is bent, so that must mean last night someone used it somehow? Like as a bludgeoning weapon, which is probably more effective than cutting based on that design. Ah, I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Atme smashed Mask Starter Mask with it. Like this. Ouch! What the heck, Maya? What do you think, Pearly? I think it's even more bent than it was before. Oh man, my head. My spiky hair. It's turned curly. And ginger? That's not right. And the sword has been added to the court record. Wasn't bent before the crime is an important note. Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there? Looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. Can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. Guess that's where they're keeping the Sacred Urn. Where they were keeping the Sacred Urn, sorry. Remember, Maya, Ms. Andrews said we're not allowed in there. And we slide across to view this paint splatter. Look what you did, Nick! You spilled paint over here! I didn't do that! Well, it wasn't here last night. I would have noticed a color this outrageous. Actually, if you look at the footage from before, it was there last night. It's the statue that's moved. But there's also an outline in this paint which implies that the box that had the Sacred Urn in it was there when the paint was spilled. Because I imagine that's what that square outline is meant to be. But who knows at this point? But this paint is already dried up. Well then, you should have cleaned it up before it dried, Nick. Paint doesn't dry that fast. Besides, I told you it wasn't me. Looks like it's been several days since it was spilt. Hey, look at this. What is it? There's some kind of shape left in the bottom left side of the stain. Huh, you're right. I wonder what it could be. Box with paint spilled on it. Paint with box-shaped outline? I wonder. What a game of Blue's Clues. What am I doing? Statue's probably the last thing in the room to check. This statue of Mystic Army is so cool! I want a gold statue of myself! We could put it in the office! Hey, it's Right & Co. How about a gold statue of me? What, like Kiryu? Mr. Nick? I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange. Huh? What is it, Pearls? The statue of Mystic Army. Was this where it was last night? Ah! I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door. Yeah, I think you're right. Great job, Pearly. I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin. Bold of you to assume that the child is not attracted to any particular gender. But you know what? No one's asked, Pearls. So, the statue was moved on the night of the crime. Golden statue, updated in the court record. That seems to be everything I can check out here. Time to move on. Back to the exhibition hall. My cell phone's ringing. I'd normally put it in the upper pocket of my jacket, but I didn't this time. Oops. Hello, Phoenix Wright here. Oh, ho, it's me, Gumshoe. This is kinda my voice, I guess. Not quite. I'll get back into the hang of it eventually. Gumshoe, what is it? What's so funny? I'll tell you what's funny, pal. I finally beat him. I beat Mr. Ace Detective. Finally! This underdog is the alpha dog today. That stuck-up detective's met his match. Yep, I finally caught him. Lock, stock, and barrel. There's no escape for him. You caught him? Are you saying... You captured Mask Star Damask? Bingo! Well, actually, he surrendered, but I still got him. Mask Star Damask surrendered? That's great! So when can we come and pick up the Sacred Urn? Well, you see, I was gonna tell you... What? Something wrong? Do you think you can swing by the detention center sometime? The detention center? He wants to talk to you. Mask Star Damask, that is. What? He wants to talk to Nick? I'll be waiting for you, pal, so get over here soon. The detention center, huh? Well, let's head... I would say right away, but I can head to Atme Detective Agency first. Look at him. Portrait of himself in the middle of the room. This is a detective agency? Looks more like the set of some B-grade horror movie. Hello? Is anyone here? Looks like nobody's home. What a waste of time. Hey, I know! Let's take that framed picture back with us as a memento. Don't you dare, Maya. That's stealing. We work for the law, Maya. Or to prove people's innocence in the eyes of the law. We're not going to steal a painting. But we are going to look at everything in the room. Hey, Nick, what's this thing here? It's called a gramophone. In the old days, people used them to listen to music. You can't be serious. I think it's probably for purifying the air or something. I'll bet you 50 cents. Come on, what do you say? Forget it. You never pay up when you lose. Whoa, it's a huge hearth. That's a fireplace. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. It's the stepladder thing all over again. Right. Sorry. It's better not to argue. What a creepy painting. It's like he's looking right at me. Could you say, looking right at you? Cause of the pun? That's his name? Okay. Maybe we should put up a big portrait of you in the office, Nick. I can even paint it for you. Maybe you can pose while cleaning the toilet? I think I'd prefer something a bit more dignified. That's one impressive bookshelf, filled with some very impressive books. My Life as an Ace Detective, Unabridged Edition, by Look At Me, Ace Detective. Hey, he's even got one of those ships in a bottle thingies. Ah, would you look at that? There's a little Look At Me doll at the helm. How cute. there's a microscope here too. Wonder if he was researching something. The glass slides have different names on them. This one says Atme virus? This guy is just dying to make a name for himself, huh? Yeah, naming a virus after himself is probably a bad idea. Makes him sound like a bioterrorist that made the virus himself. It's getting kind of irritating, actually. This desk is literally covered with all sorts of chemistry equipment. Oh, I just love chemistry. Say, Nick, I bet you didn't know this, but water is made up of carbon and hydrogen. It's hydrogen and oxygen, Maya. That. Oh! Well, there are always alternative theories, I guess. If by alternative theories you mean the ones you make up inside that head of yours. And with that, I think we've just about covered Luke Atme's room. I mean, I would have drawn more attention to the fact he pins notes to his walls with ornate daggers. That's eccentric, to say the least. And to Right & Co. as a detour to the detention center. October 12th. Same day, the visitor's room. Hey, pal, welcome to the detention center. You're sure in a happy mood, aren't you? Yup, after all, we got masks to mask. Right, but, so where's the Sacred Urn? Oh, sorry about that, pal. Guess I really didn't think about it before. But you're the victim in this case? Huh? Well, I guess I should let you guys hear the story straight from the horse's mouth. You know, he's right, Nick. He is? If you think about it real hard, we are the victims. Well, I guess so. In a way. It was technically stolen from the museum, not you. But it was your possession on loan to the museum? I'm so used to thinking of the victim as a dead person, because we're always on murder cases. That's a fair point, Maya. Excuse me? But anyway, I have to get the Sacred Urn back. Please, don't just ignore me! Hello, supposedly Mask Star Damask. You're kinda missing that brooch on the middle of the neck that... I mean, otherwise the costume checks out. Obviously can't be wearing a hat and a mask in an interrogation cell. Who are you? I'm Mask Star Damask? Okay. Hey, Nick? Doesn't he look kind of, well, gangly? I'm Ron Delight, the famous Mask Star Damask. I don't think this guy could punch his way out of a wet paper bag. So, you're the Mask Damask guy? You got the order backwards and forgot the star, Phoenix. Yes, you bet. No, that's wrong. You see, it's complicated. Sort of yes and sort of no, if you know what I mean. What's wrong? Well, when I say wrong, what I really mean to say is that it's not right, per se. You see, it's not spelled Mask Damask. It's actually Mask Star Damask. What's with this guy? Well, he's a timid little weakling, we know that much. Don't do that! Don't look at me like that! I don't need your pity! And a major crybaby too. So, why did you give yourself up? Well, you see, it's because... well... I know why. It's because you stole such a priceless treasure, and now you're overwhelmed with guilt. Am I right? Priceless treasure? That broken old urn? I have a little favor to ask. Yes? What is it? Could you go and talk to Desi? Desi? We'll ask about that in a sec. Look, we really want our urn back, so where is it? I'm sorry, I'll give it back. I really will. Maybe not. No, I can't. I can't make promises I can't keep. I'll just end up hurting people. Mr. Nick? I couldn't hear what he just said, especially the last part. Mr. Damask, do you think you could speak up a little? Yes, sir! I will! I promise! Maybe not. You see, I'm already speaking in my normal voice, so I really can't do anything. Mr. Damask, about the urn? Oh, yes, the urn! Right away! Actually, no. I wouldn't mind telling you, but actually, I'm afraid you wouldn't believe me anyway. Enough already! Just tell it to us straight! Please don't yell at me! I'm sorry. That urn, I lost it. What? What did you just say? Did you say you lost it? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Could you repeat the question? I mean, yes, I lost it. But what do you mean? Well, you know, I lost it. Like I said, these things just happen. You're on the train and you get distracted and you forget your bag, you know? I know. I lost my entire Nintendo Switch and most of my games at the airport. I went to the toilet, had to set my stuff aside to wash my hands, and forgot it when I left. By the time I was on the plane, I was panicking and couldn't think about where I had reasonably lost my Switch, and I was given the choice of get off the flight and search yourself, or call Lost and Found later and hope something turns up. Over $1,000 worth of games gone immediately between the Switch itself and the games, like averaging around 500 each. That sucked. What? You forgot our Sacred Urn on a train? Wait a minute. You went on the train dressed like that? No, I was just speaking hypothetically, that's all. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just lost it somewhere. I don't know where. This guy's story is more surreal than a Dali painting. Are you really sure this creep is Mask Star Damask? Hey! He may be a weirdly anxious guy, a bundle of nerves, but that doesn't make him a creep, Maya. There we go. Though I do have to admit I understand your doubts about him. So who is this Desi person? Please don't talk about my wife like that! I guess she must be his wife. I'm sorry. The truth is, it was my wife that told me to have you all come here. Do you think you could go and visit her at my hideout? Hideout? Mr. Nick, what does he mean by hideout? Oh, sorry. Naturally, I meant to say my secret base? Secret base? Well, my apartment, actually. Palazzo Pepe, 3rd floor. Let's go have a look, Nick, to Mask Star Damask's hideout. Something tells me she just likes the sound of the word hideout. And, I'm going to present things to him first, just in case there's anything of value. Sorry he caused trouble with, the urn. Great. The statue doesn't know about it, even though he definitely would have run into it last night. The urn itself gives the same dialogue as the picture. It's his calling card. Yep. Pretty nice looking, huh? He looks so happy. I'm not very good at writing, you see, so I bought a book called How to Write Business Letters and studied hard. Well, I guess you could call thievery a type of business. Camera data, he doesn't know that he showed up at 1 AM last night. And he doesn't know about the sword. No new dialogue options means to his so-called hideout. Giant balloon man with a tape recorder in the middle of the chest. You know what that is? In the intro cutscene to this case, he's seen flying away from a crime scene. It's a decoy. It's kinda clever. Though the shape of the balloon looks nothing like his silhouette. Wow, check this place out. He even has Old Bag's old security costume for some reason. No doubt about it, this is Mask Star Damask's hideout, alright. Who is it? Is that you, Ronnie? Huh? Who are you people? Are you Desi Delight? That's right, I'm Desiree. I would say Desire, but, I like the accent marks too much to say her name with the obvious pun that she desires delights in life. Anyway. Oh, you must be the lawyer and the victim. Yeah, that's us. Your husband told us to stop by and speak with you. I'm Maya Fey, and this is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Have you seen his badge? Nicky Boy and Maya, huh? I can't tell you how grateful I am that you decided to help my Ronnie. Well, you're welcome? Did she really call me Nicky Boy? Sounds like something Larry would call me. Sorry about that cut, and I can't believe my camera battery is low. I should have charged it before doing this. I just had to double check with the next episode that's already been recording how far I get up to during this. And the point of progress that I don't cross is presenting profiles. I forgot that was an option, apparently. So I'm going to do everything except that. About Ron Delight, your husband. Isn't he the cutest? A bit weak sometimes, though. A bit? By the way, did you know they mentioned Maya on TV? Huh? Really? They said you own the urn, that you're doing some shady training at a law office now? Remind me not to watch that channel's news program. After I saw that, I thought it might be a good idea to meet the lawyer they mentioned. I see. My Ronnie, he has a powerful imagination and gets deluded easily. He kept insisting he was going to surrender to the police. I didn't know what to do. It was me! I stole that urn, he kept saying, as if it was even possible. Huh? But are you saying he didn't? Of course he didn't! Why would my Ronnie ever do something like that? Well, you know, it's a priceless treasure, and he's, you know... Is it possible his own wife doesn't know his secret identity, and in retrospect I realize this is a blatant hint to present Maskstar Damask's profile? About you. Me? I'm the kind of woman that needs excitement in her life. Oh, excitement, huh? Yes, I'm at my happiest when I'm racing along with my bike going at full throttle. Riding a motorcycle is like putting your life on the line. You know what I mean? Well, I think that depends on how you ride it. I'm the type that can't stand living a boring, dreary old life with no action. No offense, but your husband, Ron, doesn't exactly look like the risk-taking type himself. You're right about that. He's definitely not one for thrills and danger. But I do have to say that he makes up for it in other ways. Don't take that out of context. Other ways? Yes, money. Ronnie is incredibly rich, and super generous. He bought me a bike that's so fast it'd make your head spin. And shopping? I like to shop so much it makes Ron's head spin. The other day, it actually happened. His head actually started to spin. Man, talk about a high-maintenance wife. So, where does Mr. Delight get all his money from? Ronnie is a security guard. They put their lives on the line, right? So they get paid tons of money in return. Tons of it. A weak man who doesn't like any thrills works as a security guard? My thoughts exactly, Nick. Can you tell us about what happened last night? What time did that incident take place again? Maya, what time was it? It's not like I can check the court record and figure out that exact time. Well, according to Detective Gumshoe, it was around 1:30 in the morning. Last night was horrible. I got pulled over. Pulled over? Yes, I always do my best flying at night. Flying? You're talking about your motorcycle, right? Yes. Anyway, last night I got pulled over by a policeman. I can't believe he caught up to me. It was a great chase, let me tell you. When he finally caught me, the poor man was white as a sheet. It was about 3 in the morning when I finally got home. Sounds like she's got an airtight alibi. Well, what about Mr. Delight? I don't really know. We weren't together at that time of the night. But when I got home, he was already fast asleep. So basically, he's got no alibi. time to check out your room. It's Mask Star Damask, tape recorder hanging from the neck. I'll be taking this crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen. I don't get it. What's this supposed to be, Nick? A decoy from an intro cutscene. This looks vaguely familiar. It's a fishbowl upside down. Or an alien helmet. Tape recorder next to it. An alien transceiver. And Maya's telling me to act like a grown-up. Bunch of cheap costume pieces arranged inside a nice frame. Fake beard. Mask made out of cardboard. Here, Nick, try on the fake beard. Come on, try it on. Cut it out. Now put on the mask. It's Phoenix Star Damask. Let's borrow it for a while. No way, I'm not stealing from a thief. Who do you take me for, Sly Cooper? Really? I can't look at the guns? Feels like guns are important. Nick, it's a torpedo. It's hard to believe, but it sure looks real. Where could he have picked up something like this? Please don't say that torpedoes are things people just leave lying around. And scuba gear, possibly for obtaining it. There's some books here. Bunch of books lying here. All romantic sounding novels about famous heists and fantastic thieves. Is there one on Lupin the Third? Look at all the bookmarks and notes stuck into them. Let's see here. Must remember this thief's way of laughing. Calling cards important of the modus operandi. Really studied his stuff. Whole bunch of stuff piled up here. Duck and cover! It's a missile! Did you know there's dynamite in missiles? But they're not heavy enough to be real. Oh wait, they're just really well-made toys. What are these rolls of paper stuck in the trash can? Theft of the Mazarin Stone, the Great Albatross Strategy? Theft of the Immortal Goddess statue, the Great Knuckle Bomber Strategy? Did the police even investigate this place? Doesn't look like they did. Oh, that's so cute! It's called a hot air balloon, you know? Wow, there's no fooling you. I want to make my own balloon now. I'll even let you ride in it, Nick. That emblem on the balloon is supposed to be top secret. That's proof enough that Rondelight really is Mask Star Damask. I don't know about that, Nick. Better not tell Maya. She gets kinda scary when it comes to celebrities. Hey, Nick! Look on top of the chair! Looks like an envelope and a letter. Well, don't just stand there. Come on, let's read it. Maya, you know we shouldn't do that. What are you talking about? It could be an important clue. You can't go reading a private letter just because you feel like it. It's not just because I feel like it. It really could be important. Unfortunately, we're not going to do that unless we have genuine proof that it is a clue. Did I already run through presenting her evidence? I'll do it again, just in case. Doesn't know about my badge. Vague details about the crime. Yeah, she just loves looking at artifacts, is the gist of that. Mask Star Damask's calling card. Maya doesn't want us showing it because it's meant to be a top secret. Maya, look at the balloon in the corner. I think she already recognizes the emblem. Whatever. doesn't care about the, readout, and she likes treasure things. Cool. Back to, I guess, Atme Detective Agency? Nope. Back to, first my law officers. I'm not going to ask Maya about what to do because I already know it's probably not going to go anywhere. Exhibition hall. We don't have any sign of our dear friend Adrian Andrews. Well, I think this episode might just be a little shorter than the hour-long episodes I've taken to doing for this series. Because I feel like I have hit the brick wall that I retroactively know how to pass. So, with that being said, I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye.